Hey, so it's what the fuck o'clock in the morning, or 4 a.m, and I'm waiting for a lift to go to the airport to fly to Northern Ireland for a festival. I think it's pronounced Stendhal Festival, but I've never actually heard anyone say it out loud. I've only seen it written down, so I have no idea. Seems like it's going to be really fun. I'm going with two poets, Giovanni Esposito, or Spoz, and Nafisa Hamid. We're not camping the first night, the second night we are. I've camped once before in my life and took absolutely zero responsibility for the tent or the sleeping arrangements. I have a sleeping bag. I don't have a tent. I also don't know how to erect a tent, so I'm hoping that I go like this and it puts itself up. I'm gonna try and get one of them. I'm out of tea, that's depressing. I don't really know what to expect and I'm extremely anxious but also very excited.
We have a new councillor for Belfast elected today.
What is it? Don't touch the microphone. God, I really want to do that.
Hey, so we just got back to the place that we're staying in for one night tonight with our wonderful host Ali, who's just beautiful. We just got back from a day of exploring Belfast, which has been pretty cool. We went to shops that sell things that people sometimes buy. Then we went for a tour around the city hall because it was free, and that was big. And then we went and drank Guinness at the Crown pub because Belfast. Now we're back and chilling out and exhausted and ready for the festival tomorrow. I'm being quiet because it's early. Today we are going to see the sea. Then we go off to the festival and I'll do a small performance tonight. Camp over, we bought tents, and then tomorrow we're all doing a full set. So that's the plan. Not even been camping yet and it's already causing me shit.
Nice, I love
it. You don't have to do your hands because you've got your hair. The Italian in the gelato shop. Look at that face.
So I'm by the sea, just had ice cream. Nafisa's lent me some sick sunglasses, which I don't even think they fit my face properly, but they're a really cool shape. It's absolute heaven. But I do have the Baby Shark song in my head, which is absolute hell. So where does it start? I'm sure this tent in the shop was green. Supposed to do this one person.
little des res for tonight. I think we'll be living like kings and queens, I think, amidst the peacocks and, you know.
We have peacocks.
There you go.
I thought they were chickens.
Is it true? That she's with you all? 'Cause you're okay if running, said you're feeling lonely, and I just can't deny. 'Cause you're okay if running, but you would the same disguise. 'Cause you're okay running and telling me lies, boy. I can't deny.
I'm part of the poetry from Port Sturt, but we've got 3 fantastic poets all the way from Birmingham for you guys, hand-picked: Spaz, Nafisa Hamid and Jemima Hughes. We are going to do a very short little showcase for you guys. Longer sets are on tomorrow at 10 to 1 at the Woodtown stage. Angel, your weird little ways are nothing compared to the nonsense going on up there in heaven. You wouldn't know what to do with them if you did, in those strange little sterile label bottles you like to put things in. At night I watch the stars to get a sense of way back when. There were some of them, I know them all, who were barely in their cradles when it all happened.
I'm not mental. They're judgmental. I'm not mentally ill, I'm mentally intriguing, and there's something very beautiful about being mentally intriguing. And I'm not talking about how sometimes I forget how to breathe in without counting. I mean the ability to tap into another dimension that some people will only ever dream in.
Hey!
Hello, and I've not got my glasses on, so I can't see any of you right now. He moves one hand down and you move yours down, and he's as hard as your dad's knuckles against your cheek when you were 7, and you're as wet as your mother's tears when they found you at 5 a.m. when you were 9, and he is moving faster and you are moving faster, and it's raining over both of you, but who the heck cares?
My real name is Giovanni Esposito. As you can tell from my accent, I'm Italian. To resemble someone of stature or to capture a feature that rouses rapture could be classed as a wonderful thing. Perhaps you're the image of Martin Luther King, or perhaps Gandhi, John Lennon, Kate Bush or Bob Marley. Me? I look a bit like the great Joe Pasquale. I do, don't I? Yeah. That's okay, because he's a nice guy, so don't try and belittle me, because both Joe and I have an affinity with Italy, and I've been there. That speck of an Italian village where Mum and Dad came from, like that nugget from heaven. And I'm wondering if it's the same one that they left behind. Jeez, were Mum and Dad blind? Yeah, I did have one earlier.
One?
Well, 3.
Times 3-ish,
yeah.
Chill out for the night and then do our half-an-hour sets.
Huzzah.
Tomorrow.
Rocking, yeah, tomorrow. Half-hour set in Stendhal Festival, rocking in the free world.
So it's day 3 in Northern Ireland, and I decided to sleep in the same clothes I wore all day yesterday because I'm an adult who can make adult decisions, and I'm using yesterday's makeup, and I'm going to go and do the rest of the festival. This is as good as it gets today.
Hello, Bella the festival dog. Yes.
Me right before I perform.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
Time ago, me and my brother Kyle, we was hitchhiking down a long and lonesome road, when all of a sudden there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road, and he said, "Clean the best song in the world, write your soul."
Hi guys, how are you?
Poetry is not the truth. Poetry is not life and how we live it. Poetry, they said, never saved anyone from the gas chambers.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather warning. Storm Jemima has hit Northern Ireland.
I've got a book coming out end of September. You can get it. There's a website, Verve Poetry Press.
You want to pray away last night's sins, but the boy is still beside you, at peace. He is sleeping or dead. You don't care.
The sound of a slamming door makes my heart fall back through itself. The sound of creeping footsteps does it in double step time. Life has to fall somewhere in between.
He looked at me like an abstract painting, reading into me, not troubled that figuring me out involved watching and waiting. He fitted a window and a door in the wall I'd made, handed me the key without expectation. This was no trade. Light seeped through the window where we spoke of personal crusades until I was ready to concede and remove the barricade.
Disco Dad is on the floor. He's had a drink or three or. The guests are heading for the exit. As Disco Dad puts lives at risk, he twists and nearly slips his disc. He's going to put his back out, he's going to have a blackout and embarrass me even more than he's doing. His toupee needs a bit of gluey. As he jumps and jives in his blue suede shoe-ing. You got to get the rhyme right, yeah?
When my mother birthed me, I wonder if she smiled or thought about chores instead. I wonder if she hugged me that night. The next day, a week later in secret, in the middle of the wheat fields, at the side of her bed, in the middle of the night, in the dark, on her own. Her first girl. So much trouble to be born with this girl.
Poetry is a chameleon, art of other arts. It can lift itself from the page. It can screwdriver its way in. It marks birthdays. It decorates weddings. And it makes most of all sense for grief. Poetry might stumble upon an answer, a glimmering answer, dug out of a poetic stanza that nudges this world on another saintly inch and reminds us all how great this life can be.
I'm pretty sure the wasps are so dope because they're drunk off all the Guinness. Next time I wear wellies.